on my seat. Oh. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if it's not your first time here, thanks for coming back. So today, I'm going to be doing a video based on a hypothetical situation. What if I had to start my collection over? Or if I was going on vacation and my luggage got lost, and I had to start over purchasing a full face of makeup, but only could shop at Sephora or the high-end side of Ulta. I have done a drugstore version of this. I will link it down below. I did it pretty recently, and I wanted to do a high-end version. You know, I'm on vacation. The only thing available is a Sephora or the prestige side of Ulta. Like there are a pack of wolves guarding the drugstore side of Ulta.
Huh?
Most of these products I am wearing on my face right now, so as I'm talking about the products, I will pop up some footage of me applying the products so that you can see them in action. I will link all the products that I'm talking about down below in the description box, and I think this is a good video to do. It's kind of good timing because the Sephora sale is coming up on the 28th of October, which is my birthday. I may treat myself to a birthday present by shopping. And so these are like my go-to products at the moment, if you're wondering. Well, you must be wondering because you clicked on the video. Okay, I'm gonna start from the top. Not really a particular order per se, but primer. I'm gonna start with primer. I really don't use many primers, but this is my #1 primer of all time. It is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I actually just repurchased one. I've gone through an entire one of these. That's a lot of product. For me personally, I am 30, almost 30, gonna be 36 on the 28th. So I'm 35 years old. I have oily skin. And I feel like this primer does a really good job of giving me a sticky gripping base that my foundation can stick to, but it doesn't overhydrate, it doesn't make me greasy, it doesn't break me out. It's just an all-around really nice gripping primer. I would say whatever your skin type is, you could benefit from this. I love it. One of my all-time favorites. I would absolutely be repurchasing this immediately. And by the way, these are products that I'm saying I would repurchase first. These aren't the only products that I like at Sephora or Ulta. These are just the ones that I would pick up first. Foundation. Honestly, I have mostly drugstore and affordable foundations in my collection. I have very few high-end foundations, but this one I think is my favorite go-to reliable foundation that I can count on. It's the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I love this one. I've used it for years. It is just a really nice skin-like medium coverage, lightweight foundation. The shade range is not great, which is really not great. But when I am more tan in the summertime, I wear the shade medium. When I'm more light in the winter, I wear the shade light. So those shades do tend to work for me. I really love this. Like I've said, it's a reliable foundation for me. I would say on my skin, personally, I don't love wearing this in the summer because it is a little bit too hydrating for me in the summertime. But in the fall and winter, when it is a little bit drier, I live in Florida. That's the other thing too, to keep in mind. I live in a very humid climate and I live inland Florida. I don't live on the coast. So love that for me. So in the summertime, this is a little bit hydrating on me, but I still like it. I still like to wear it. It's really nice. This would be the one I'd pick up first. Okay, so for concealer, if you've been here before, you know my answer. This is quite an unpopular opinion, but I really love Tarte Shape Tape. I really love it. I have extremely dark under eyes, and I find that this does a really good job of giving me a full coverage look with a concealer that stays put. It does not move, it does not crease. Does it make my under eyes look a little dry? Yes. But do I care? No. No, I don't. It's just my preference. It's just what I like. And I encourage you to wear what you like, even if it's not the norm, even if it's not what looks good to other people. I feel the most confident when I wear this concealer. Honestly though, like if I'm gonna cheat a little bit, I really like mixing this with the Ultra Creamy Tarte Shape Tape. It just gives a little bit more of a slight hydration to it for me. But if I had to, in a pinch, could only buy one concealer, I would buy regular Tarte Shape Tape. And then this is kind of like a bonus extra category, but it is one that like, if I were to take away every single piece of makeup from my collection and I could only buy one, or like the first thing I would buy, it would be the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in the shade light to medium. Although I think now it's called fair to light. This is my number one holy grail makeup product. Like I said before, I have extremely dark under eyes and I feel like this is the perfect color corrector. It's emollient enough that it's easy to blend out with my finger, but it's not slipping and sliding. It makes me have to use less concealer under my eyes. And I actually even like wearing this on its own on a day where I'm not really wearing a lot of makeup. I feel like it makes a huge difference in my dark circles. So this is the number one makeup product that I need in my collection at all times. You know that when they said they were going out of business, I panic bought a whole bunch of them. And then they said they weren't getting rid of them. They were sending them to Smashbox. I was happy, but also pissed off at the same time. Definitely would be picking this up first and foremost. For setting powder, my current favorite one that I've been using probably for like 6 months straight and hardly ever using anything else is the One Size translucent setting powder, the loose powder. The packaging on this is really cute. There's quite a lot of product in here. This is definitely, like I said, I have oily skin. This is definitely not a lightweight, glowy powder. It is a thicker, heavier, very mattifying powder. I love that it keeps me matte-ish. I mean, nothing's going to keep me completely matte all day, but it definitely helps me stay less oily throughout the day. It sets my concealer beautifully. I absolutely love this powder. It is my favorite powder currently that I've used recently. It doesn't alter the color of whatever is underneath it. It's just a really nice mattifying setting powder. If you have dry skin and you want something very lightweight, this is probably not the powder for you, but if you're oily like me, it's a really nice powder. Okay, and now I have a cream bronzer and a powder bronzer. So by far, my favorite cream bronzer, high-end or drugstore, is the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzing Stick in the shade Baked. It is just my holy grail, gorgeous, wonderful,
incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular.
But it's called matte bronzer. It's a matte looking cream bronzer. It blends easily, it stays put. It doesn't look shiny or greasy. It's the perfect like neutral / warm color. I can wear it when I'm tan. I can wear it when I'm more fair. It's just a really, really nice cream bronzer. I did have a mini of this that I used for, I hate to say it, but years. You only need the tiniest bit of this product and it goes such a long way. So I got this at Marshall's. I think it was on sale at Marshall's, the full size, but you definitely don't need to buy the full size. You can buy the mini and it'll last you forever. For powder bronzer, there are a few that I could say in this, like I hate to admit it, but I like the NARS Laguna bronzer. I've been really liking it lately. And I really like the Makeup by Mario powder bronzer. I really like the Fenty Beauty powder bronzer, but this is the one I would pick up first, and I will tell you why. This is the One Size Made for Shade Bronze and Sculpt Trio in the shade Light. So it comes with 3 different tones of bronzer. So that's kind of why I would choose it, because I'm getting a variety. If I'm only going to pick up one product, I want to try to get variety out of it. So you have more of a like warm shade, more of a slightly cool tone shade, and more of a neutral shade. These are all matte bronzers, which is what I prefer. They blend really easily. They're quite pigmented though. So I was debating between getting the light and the medium because I would consider myself a light medium skin tone. And I'm so glad I didn't get the medium because it would have been way, way too dark for me. So if you are debating between which shade to get, go down a shade, whatever you think you should be. So really nice packaging, really good quality. You get 3 different bronzers in here. This is the one I would choose. Now for cream and powder blush, I actually have a 2-in-1. I would choose the Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder Blushes. Now this one is the only one that I have as an individual. I do own both of his blush palettes, but this individual one is by far my favorite of all the ones that I have. This is in the shade Do We Know Her? And it is this gorgeous like apricot peachy color. It looks kind of intimidating in the pan, like it's going to be super bright, but on the cheeks, it is absolutely stunning. It just brings life to my face, and I like that I get a powder and a cream blush in one compact. The powder is really easy to blend. It's not super matte. It does have a slight sheen to it, but it's not glittery. It's not chunky. And then the cream blush is pretty pigmented. It is more on that emollient side, so it's very easy to blend. It doesn't take off whatever product is underneath. It's just a perfect cheek duo, in my opinion. Absolutely gorgeous. Would definitely be picking this up. By the way, while I'm going through these products, I want to know some of your absolute favorites. Like if you were on vacation and your luggage got lost and you had to shop at Sephora or the prestige side of Ulta, what would you pick up? I really want to know. Please let me know in the comments. Okay, next we have highlight. So for highlight, I'm not a giant highlight person nowadays, although I'm getting back into it. I really like my drugstore highlights. I have a lot of drugstore highlights, but I would say if I was going to pick up a highlighter, I would pick up the Becca Champagne Pop. And I believe they still sell this. By the way, that's part of the criteria is I want to choose things that are still available. My favorite highlighter, high-end highlighter is the Anastasia Amrezy highlighter, but it doesn't exist anymore, or they don't sell it anymore, let's say that. This one, I believe Smashbox does sell. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is what I have on my face today. Definitely more of a very blingy highlight. It's very bright, but it's wet looking. It's not chunky or sparkly. It is just an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous highlighter. And I also love using this for my inner corner highlight, which the palette that I chose doesn't have like a super bright inner corner highlight for me. So this would be a great like companion inner corner highlight for me. Stunning, love it. It's a classic for a reason. Yeah. Okay, for eyeshadow, here's the thing, you guys. This was the hardest one for me to choose because there are so many high-end eyeshadow palettes that I love. Like, I love all the Natasha Denona minis that I've tried. They're so good. They're so collectible. They're so pocket-sized. I love the Rose Quartz from Huda Beauty. I just love so many high-end eyeshadow palettes. And honestly, my favorite ones are indie palettes, but I'm not including, like, brands that aren't sold at Sephora or Ulta in this video. So I have two, but kind of just want to give like a runner-up position to the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 palette, the Rose palette, the one that came out this year. I love this palette. It is stunning. I love rosy tones on me. It is some of my favorite eyeshadows to wear. I just feel so pretty and just like dainty, and every time I wear this palette, I look at myself in the mirror and literally like throughout the day checking myself out and be like, wow, girl, you look good today. I'm serious. I love this palette. Now, I'm not choosing this because, again, I'm trying to get a little bit more versatility out of the products that I'm choosing today, because if I can only have one, I want to be able to make more than a rosy tone look, and you're really only going to get a rosy tone look out of this palette. So I chose what I have on my eyes today. I chose the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. This is just a gorgeous classic palette. You've got warm neutrals, you've got the rosy tones that you can get from the Patrick Ta, you have a matte black, you have a cream shade, you have lots of different shimmers, you've got tons of mattes. I love the Anastasia formula, I really do. I think that she's got great pigmented matte shadows. The shimmers are really pretty, just good old reliable formula in my opinion. And this is just a all around beautiful, more neutral leaning, but I'm a neutral girl. That's just, I am what I am. But I like that I could get a couple of different looks out of this. Dark smoky looks, light looks, all that jazz. So this is the one that I would pick up first. Another thing that like I wear every single time I do my makeup without fail is liquid liner. And my number one favorite liquid liner of all time is the KVD Tattoo Liner in the shade Trooper Black. It is just the most black, matte, easy to use brush tip liner. It glides on over my 36-year-old lids real easily. It stays all day long. It does not budge. The actual pen lasts forever. You can buy one of these and have it for a really long time. Definitely past the 6-month expiration date. But it's just a really good, all-around perfect eyeliner in my opinion, so this is definitely the one I would pick up. For mascara, I rarely use high-end mascara. I am much more of a drugstore mascara girl. Something I feel like I don't have to splurge on. I could get great mascaras at the drugstore. I have terrible eyelashes anyway. If I was going to pick one up from Sephora, I had to actually try a new mascara that I've heard amazing things about. Everybody talks about how amazing the Rare Beauty mascara is. So that is probably the one I would pick up just to try out. I've heard that it's really volumizing, and that is what I like in a mascara. So that is the one I would try. Let me know your thoughts on it if you've tried it before. For lashes, again, I am much more of a drugstore and affordable type of gal. I really, really love the Unearthly Cosmetics lashes. They are so good, and they're like $6.50. They have a million different styles that you can choose from. I like Ardell Wispies. I like the Kiss Trio lashes, but I really, really also like, for a more dramatic look, the Iconic Lights from House of Lashes. It is what I'm wearing on my eyes today, and I really love that they are more cat eye. They flare out at the ends. They're very easy to apply. You can use them over and over again. They're really, really nice lashes. Some of my favorite lashes for a more like dramatic look. They're not too over the top, but they are nice for like special occasions or glam looks. So that is the one I would choose. You got lipstick on your paw now. Okay, so now let's go to lip products. So for lip liner, I don't personally own this lip liner because, again, I am more of a drugstore lip liner gal, but I will tell you one lip liner that is worth the hype in my opinion are the Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. I own the shades Pillow Talk Medium, Pillow Talk Intense, and Walk of No Shame. And those are all more like vampy, pinky colors, and I really am a warm tone nude gal, and I don't personally own a nude Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. So if you do own one, please let me know what shades that you have that you like that is more like a neutral to warm tone nude, because the formula of those lip liners is so good. They're so creamy, but they stay. They stay all day long. I do like the shade Pillow Talk, but it's not like my ultimate favorite everyday type of shade. It's a little more on the pink side, and I prefer warm tone nudes. So for lipstick, my current favorite high-end lipstick is the Give Beauty matte lipstick. I am, again, more of a drugstore lipstick gal, but this lipstick is so good. I have mine in the shade Lovable Me. It is what I'm wearing on my lips today. It is this warm tone nude. It's a true matte lipstick. It doesn't have any shine to it, but it's extremely velvety and easy to apply. It's comfortable, it doesn't dry out my lips, and it lasts a really long time. This formula is really nice. The color is so beautiful. The smell is really nice, kind of like a slightly minty smell to them. I am interested in picking up more from the brand because I've been really impressed with this lipstick. Absolutely love it. This would definitely be the one I would be picking up first. For lip gloss, if you've been here before, you know what I'm gonna say. Let's say it all together. The Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fenty Glow. It is my #1 favorite lip product of all time. I just feel like it makes the lips look juicy, full, hydrated. Got that little bit of a sparkle, but that universal, like flattering nude shade. It smells great. It lasts all day. It's not sticky. It's the best lip gloss, in my opinion.
That's my opinion!
I would definitely be picking this up. I always will have one of these in my collection at all times. For setting spray, in my drugstore version of this video I mentioned I wouldn't be picking up a setting spray because I don't really use setting spray. But when I use setting spray, I do use the Urban Decay All Nighter. I do feel like it makes my makeup last longer. I wear it when I dance. I am a ballroom dance instructor and I dance professionally. So when I go to competition, I use that spray and it does really make a difference in the longevity of my makeup. So I would be picking that one up, especially if I was on vacation somewhere hot. And then last but not least, for brows. I really love the ABH Brow Wiz and Clear Brow Gel. So the Brow Wiz is really nice. I have the shade Medium Brown, and I feel like it is a literal perfect match for my brows. Probably the most perfect color match of any brow pencil I've ever used. Now, I did my brows with this today, about 3/4 of my brow, and then I ran out. So this is the very end. This is going in the empties bin. I've gone through so many of these. It is my favorite, like all-time favorite brow pencil. Do I buy this every time? Like, do I always have one of these in my collection? No. I do fill in with other brow pencils or like more affordable brow pencils because there are really good affordable ones. But if I was at Sephora and I had to pick one, I would definitely be picking the ABH Brow Wiz. But I will say the #1 brow gel that I have at all times in my collection is the ABH Clear Brow Gel. I have not found any brow gel that even comes close to how much this holds my brows. It is like glue, but it doesn't look crunchy or look shiny. And one of these lasts forever. I'm telling you, I've had this tube. I actually don't even want to tell you how long I've had it. And there's still product in it. It is my favorite brow gel of all time. I will always repurchase it. Okay, I think I went through every category. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, leave me a comment down below letting me know what your top favorite picks are for high-end. Like, what would you buy if someone came in and stole all your makeup out of your house? What would be the first things you would buy to create a full face of makeup? Especially with the Sephora sale coming up, I would love to hear your recommendations. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot when you do that. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe before you leave. I do upload videos weekly, both beauty and fashion videos, and I would love to see you back on my channel again. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.